Hey guys, it's Perry. We're back with another fundamental video. We're talking about fighting today. I'll bring up the things we're going to be going over. If you guys don't know who I am, I've been a pro jungler for the last 2 years. I've been challenger for the last 4 years. I've peaked at, hold on, let me find the image. I've peaked at rank 2, 1700 LP, or like around 1800 LP. I've played in Champs Queue. I've actually taken down Faker, Owner, Carrier, and Zeus on one team. You can see how Owner's 2 and 14, and I shit on him. Um, I've also hit rank 1 Viego and 4 Viego at the same time, along with being the rank 1 Kane. This is only rank 1 NA, but I've been rank 1 in the world as well. So those are my top champions. Obviously, as a pro player, I've had to expand my champion pool. Jarvan, Viego, Lee Sin, literally any champion. Sejuani, Maokai, Poppy, whatever it is, solo queue or not, I can play it. I'm a pro player. But yeah, we're going to be talking about, again, I'll bring up the list. We're going to be talking about all these ideas today. So if you guys have seen the last videos, if you guys haven't, go watch them. If you guys have, we're gonna be putting things together. It's gonna make a lot more sense now if you're able to get yourself an early game lead. How do we fight? When do we fight? What are we supposed to do to make good decisions? How do we continue making good decisions throughout the entire game? So I'm gonna try and put things together for you guys. We're gonna think about how to take fights, when to take fights. Obviously, I just said that. The idea behind the mental behind taking fights. In a previous fundamental video, we talked about what to do when you're ahead, what to do when you're behind. The mental behind fighting is crucial to winning your fights. It's important as hell. I'll go through some examples. I'll probably talk about number tracking during this entire time, but number tracking is a key skill you need to learn if you want to get good at fighting. Okay, and then we'll go through some more mid-game examples. Again, putting things together. What is it like to make good decision? And then at the end, we'll do questions as always. So today will literally purely be about fighting. Probably won't be as long as the other videos, but we need to go over fighting. It's so important. I'm gonna give you guys a bunch of examples. So to begin with, if you guys have been, let me bring up my pen real quick. If you guys have been accurately following the fundamentals, you should come out of every single early game with at least one dragon, okay, a kill, or an item. So pretty much, if we were to give you guys a rough time frame on what we're coming out of the jungle in, at anywhere from 8 to 12 minutes, we should have our first item. Okay, on top of this, we should have at least one Drake slash 3 Grubs. That's bare minimum. The expectation, if you're really trying to win every game, is 2 Drakes plus 6 Grubs. That's the expectation at around 12 minutes. If you're playing a perfect early game, you should have your item at 12 minutes, 2 Drakes at 12 minutes, and 6 Grubs at 12 minutes. If you're playing a really beautiful early game, and the enemy jungler isn't playing that well either. A realistic or a good early game is 2 Drakes plus item 12 min. That's more realistic. If you can get 6 Grubs as well, you're doing something insane. If you get 2 dragons and an item, okay, good for you. Every single game, this should be your standard now. Okay? At the very bare minimum, we should have at least our item. At the very least. So you're not walking out of the game with an item at 15 minutes, or you're just really fucking weak the whole game. You're getting item really early on. That's the bare minimum for everyone. Okay, and then on top of that, get dragons, get grubs if you can as well. Okay, so if you guys are able to do this, now the problem is, okay, now we go into the mid game. Well, I'm also playing for Herald at 14 minutes, so next step, get Herald at 14 minutes. No exceptions, especially when you're ahead. So let's say we do all this. Okay, like how the fuck do I win the game now? Because let's say I've broken their mid turret, broken their top turret, broken their bot turret. I have 2 dragons, almost at my 3rd dragon. I'm winning, but I don't know how to close out the game. From here on out, I can't help you, in the sense that it's up to your fingers, your mouse, your keyboard, on how the hell you're gonna play team fights well. Okay, I've given you the skills you need to get items, to get dragons, to give yourself a lead. Now it's on you to decide how you're going to fight, what fights you're going to take, and the positioning, the spells, the target selection, all of that. I could teach you more on that, which is what we'll do today, but from here on out, it's not going to be easy. So know that if you're doing this every game, you're getting Herald, Dragons, Grubs, and you're losing, that's completely fine. Be proud. As a jungler, you've done your job. That's like a laner walking out of lane, winning lane, up 10 CS per minute, and they lose because they lose team fights. That happens. That's the next skill for you to learn. You still want to get this down. Be consistent as hell with these things we just listed right here. Okay? And in order to do this, again, if you haven't watched the videos, you need to watch the fundamental videos. Those will help you a lot on doing this. And why we do this. What's the point of getting all these things down? Okay? So, let's go through some actual fighting now. And let's take a look at skirmishes to begin with. So, let me find the skirmish example. Bad fights, skirmish 2. Okay, skirmish 1 and skirmish 2. Alright. So, skirmish 1, we're playing Diana, so I've been playing a lot of Diana. I have a few, I have a Viego example in here, but mainly it's going to be on Diana. It could be, this applies to every single champion. So don't think that, oh my god, he's showing me Diana. It applies to literally every single champion. It's rules, it's the basics, it's the baseline. Okay, if we want to get into the specifics of Diana, the specifics of Viego, that's going to be another video. That's not what we're going to be talking about today. So, I play a very regular game. I full clear down towards bot lane. I'm on the bot crab, okay? I'm doing the bot crab here, and what happens is this Master Yi shows up. I see him half HP. He uses his smite, so I'm confident I'm able to go and attack him. The reason why I'm confident I'm able to go and attack him here is because I see his HP. Just for a millisecond, I see his HP. I'm full HP. He's half HP. On top of that, what I have here is not the HP advantage that I care about. A lot of you guys would look at this fight and be like, oh, okay, well, guess what? He is at around, what is this? He's around 70% HP, okay, and I'm full HP. So that's why I want to fight. That's step 1. Good job. Step 2, I'll give you guys a second to try and figure it out. If you can, it's okay. Our laners have complete prio, complete control over the lane. So, I'm not thinking about fighting this guy because I beat him. I'm playing Diana to Yi, that Yi should win. I'm aware that I could take this fight because of my laners. So if this guy took this crab and I had to leave, that's fine. Because my laners have no prio. In a world where my laners have no prio, right? But because they do, I'm fighting his ass. I'm confident I can win the fight. What this is called is playing off numbers advantage. Sometimes laners will have prio. For example, this Vladimir, he has control over the lane, but it doesn't want to leave. So for example, if my Morgana and my Jhin are staying in the lane, and they don't give a flying fuck about me, they're not coming, they're not helping me, then I cannot fight this guy. And that's okay. You don't want to fight him. You don't want to take 1v1 fights that don't help you with anything. But because I know my laners are here, I know they're able to come, I'm confident, hey, I can go in, I can fight this guy, and I'm going to just send it. Now you can notice here how the entire sequence, I'm playing my spells beautifully, right? So I know I'll play my champion at the very least. I'm saving my W, I'm making sure I get a little attack speed, I'm playing my champion correctly. So this comes into the concept of you, as the player who's trying to climb, need to one-trick. Okay, back to that number 1 thing I talked about. If you don't one-trick, you're going to play this fight poorly. I can't help you with that. You might W too early here, you might use your second E too early here. I know it sounds like a basic shit, but I've seen Emerald players, Diamond players fuck up their champion mechanically. I've seen Hecarim mains use their E on this crab here. Insane shit to me. Right? You can't do that. Okay? You need to know your champion, you need to know what you're doing right or wrong. And in order to do that, you need a one trick. Okay? It's the best way to do that. Anyway, we get this Master E. Okay? He's dead. What happens is I see this guy 1 HP, I go and fight him as well. Okay, beautiful. I just E him. We get him. Okay, and here. So, at every point of time, I'm aware here that Pyke is around. How do we know Pyke is around? Well, look. Pyke just showed bot lane. So you can see how I even pan my camera here for a second. I see Pyke. Oh shit, there he is. So, when I'm fighting here, I have not forgotten about numbers. And while I'm doing this recall right now, what I'm looking at is the map. So where is Pyke, guys? Use our eyes. Where's Pyke? I don't fucking know. Literally be right forgotten about that. So this entire time while I'm playing the sequence, I'm not sure where Pyke is. I'm not sure where Pyke is. Even Ezreal goes missing here. Okay, Ezreal goes back to bot lane. But I'm aware that, hey, there's a guy that can be here. So when I'm walking down, I'm so aware that there's a guy that can be here, I can instantly click away and dodge a spell. And that's only because I have map awareness. Right? It's not just map awareness, but it's counting 5 enemy champions and looking at the map and seeing where they are. A lot of people are like, map awareness is such a hard thing to learn. What do I do? Like, it's hard to play the game while using the map. All it takes is for you to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh shit. Okay, let's count together, guys. I see 1, 2, 3, 4 people. Oh shit, where's the last guy? Oh, it's Pike support. I just saw him bot lane. He's probably still there. He hasn't disappeared. He hasn't shown yet. I don't know where he is. Okay, so he can still be here. So upon making this play here, I'm very cautious. And even right now, I see the map. I see him. I instantly turn away. Okay, it seems like basic stuff, but you need to understand the thought process to this. Now, can you do the exact same thing I did without accounting for numbers, without accounting for prio, without, making sure you know where Pike is and playing the fight perfectly? Yeah, of course you can. That's why League is so fucking awesome, because you don't need to play fundamental League, you don't need to play accurately all the time, because League is just such a cool game like that. That's why we are addicted to League. But if you want to consistently climb, not take 50-50 fights, not coin flip, you have to know why you're doing these things, why it makes sense to do these things, and what's going on logically. Okay? Alright. So we're going to look through another skirmish scenario here. I have my item. So here's where, okay, it's 8 minutes in the game almost. 8 minutes in the game? It's maybe like 9 minutes in the game. I have my item. Right? At the same time, I have a dragon. Okay, I haven't done the grubs yet. I've done 2 grubs. But I have a dragon. I have a dragon. I have my item. 9 minutes. Dragons come. The next round is coming in 2 minutes. So this game, I have 2 dragons at 12 minutes and my item at 9. Right. So this is a good early game. Okay. So I'm going to invade his bot side camps. My Gromp is coming up, but I'm invading his bot side camps because I know Master Chief's top lane. While I'm doing this invade, okay, I see him. I actually use my W. I don't think I should use my W here, but you can look at me do this blue buff. Notice something that I'm not doing intentionally. Right, I'll play it one more time for you guys. On this blue buff, I'm doing something intentionally. Okay, if you notice it, good on you. I am not using my Q or my E or my smite. No spells. So when this guy shows up, it's an easy, easy kill. And that's why I argue here, well, I probably shouldn't use my W either. Whoopsies. I think I use my W because I got emotional about missing this Q. Okay, so emotions, again, back to the first video, emotions matter, right? Control yourself. But I got emotional, so I use my W. I shouldn't use my W. So you can notice that, hey, I'm not using my Q here the whole time, and I'm just autoing this to death. Good on you. And the goal is actually not to kill blue buff. It's not to kill Gromp. It's not to kill wolves. It's if they come for me, I'm going to chunk them to half HP, maybe kill them, and then play for the bot turret. Again, this is macro. This is understanding what our goal is, what our intention is. It's not the camps. It's not the kills. It's the damn turrets and the guaranteed objective for us, which is get 2 plates and a bot turret. Okay, so if Pike comes and I chunk him to half HP, I don't kill him. I don't care. I'm happy because now I break the bot turret. Anyway, he pulls me in and he plays stupidly, so I kill him, of course, and then I get all his camps, right? But you need to notice how in this sequence I am not being careless with my abilities. Okay, that's what you need to do when you're invading. I see a lot of people invade and they're just very careless with their spells. So here's gonna be another little fight example. So again, I killed Pike and I'm holding tab and I'm like, okay, Pike's alive now. When I killed him. So when I'm making this play here, I am fully aware that, hey, Pike can come, Pike can come, Pike can come. So when I'm making this play right now, also I saw a ward here. Right, when you see a ward here like this, you know Pike's here, right? Critical thinking, right? Okay, he's using a support ward. Oh shit, Pike's probably here. So obviously that helped me, but I'm tracking as well where the Pike is. So when I see him, I hear his W as well. No surprise that he's here. Okay, so when I'm playing this fight out and I have my item, well, they just get destroyed. There's nothing they can do. Okay, so this is a good example of, again, tracking numbers when I'm in the enemy jungle, and hey, I have my item. Well, my Gromp is up. Right? I cleared my Gromp earlier. Well, am I going to play for Gromp? No, you want to play in the enemy jungle. You want to play for control, and you actually want to fight them now. So when do we want to fight them? We want to fight them when we have our first item. We want to fight them when we have our ultimate. And what you see here is after I use my ultimate, and after I make this whole play and everything, I get this turret, I go for Dragon, and I recall, and I'm back to camps. Oh, okay. Well, I'm not back to camps because I have my ultimate back up again, but you can see how if I didn't have my ultimate, I'd go back to camps. So there's 2 conditions always. If you have your item, go fight with your ult. After you use your ult, there's no more fight. Nothing. That's it. Okay, but because I'm my ult again, I'm going back top lane, and I'm making another play. Okay. So what you'll notice here is I'm fighting. I'm fighting. I get a kill, and I'm running. Okay, and you'll notice a common theme later on is what we'll talk about is okay. As aggressive as I play, I'm always aware that I'm clicking backwards. Look here. I'm clicking forward a little bit here, and then right away I see Ezreal and I'm clicking backwards. This click is crucial. A lot of people don't understand why this click is important. A lot of people would still do this click. I'll explain later why clicking away from the enemy team is so crucial. But anyway, that's enough from this game. You guys get the message. Let's go through skirmishing number 2. Once this shit loads. Okay. Skirmishing number 2. Alright. So again, another Diana game. We have Yone mid and everything. So let's take a look at this fight right here. I see Jarvan. Okay. I'm running at him, running at him, running at him. Okay. Everything's beautiful. He lands that. I chuck my Q out of E at him. I have my flash here. I can flash over and auto him. He has no EQ, he has no flash. I don't. I happily take his flash, and I take the flash advantage that I have now, and I want to use the flash advantage and conditional advantage to play for either his Raptors or his Dragon. Guaranteed resources. And the reason why I don't flash is because when I get level 6, and he has no flash, and there's a fight I can take, I will destroy them. So you'll notice I'll use this flash later on very, very usefully. Okay, we get the kill anyway. Okay. Actually, I don't use it that well. I trade a kill. I make a pretty poor decision, but don't worry about that. What I want to really look at is this fight right here. So I get off the grubs. I'm here to fight with my teammate here. Okay. And this entire sequence, what's crucial to understand here is I am speeding up my sequencing here with my ultimate right here because I want to kill Jarvan as fast as I can so he doesn't use the next set of skills. I also can apply my ultimate to Azir, right? So this is a little bit of what we call urgency in fights. And on top of that, champion proficiency. So I know how Diana works, so I'm playing Diana well. But what's important is sometimes there's urgency. When you're fighting, you care about your teammates a lot. Okay, this is just like human psychology. Most of the time, you see your teammate low, you want to save them. 95% of the time, you shouldn't save them. This is a 5% example where it's possible to save them, not because I'm actually trying to save him, but because I'm trying to kill Jarvan before he gets his next set of spells up. So it's not that I'm trying to save Yone here, it's definitely on my mind, but realistically I'm just trying to kill Jarvan as fast as I can. Because in these fights, it's all about speed. In these quick fights, you want to go fast. The slower you take, the more time you give them to have spells to kill you, to kill your teammates. Okay. This is the fight that I want us to look at here. So we see Jarvan on the on the dragon. I'm going down to go fight Jarvan. One thing you can notice here is again my champion proficiency. I know how to jump over the camp. Okay, I jump over the camp to make it in time. And here is just, playing the fight well. What can happen here from this position is some of you guys would be like, okay, I'm dead. Or okay, I have my Q up, I have my E up. I want to get the rest of my spells off and go forward. So this is where it's crucial to understand there's two options here. One, you try and kill these guys. Or two, you literally click away. So you can see here, instead of me just clicking away, I'm being to the dragon, using my champion abilities properly. My goal is not to kill them. My goal is to get the fuck out of there after I start the fight, after I engage, keep my CS up, get my dragon, and play a happy game. It's so important, and I'll give you guys so many more examples of in actual fights. Instead of going forward, you need to go backwards. And I'll give you guys an analogy. Okay, I used to give this all the time. Let's say you're playing chess. Okay, you know how the chess pieces move? Sure. You're playing against a really good chess player. The thing about this really good chess player is they never, ever, ever take the offense. They develop, and they're playing a really stable game. They're not sending pieces at you. They're not over-attacking you. Okay? And if you're, playing also a standard game, it can feel very, very stressful and mentally taxing to be like, damn, nothing's actually happening. In a slower paced game like chess, it's a lot easier to just relax. But in a fast-paced game like League, you feel the urge, the rush, the adrenaline to go forward, go forward, go forward. All 9 of your teammates will feel that way. And you'll see it when they fight, and you adapt to this playstyle. When they fight, you'll notice how they want to go into you. They want to come and kill themselves. But the problem is right now, you're part of those players. So instead of there being 9 players doing this stupid playstyle of fighting all the time, you're also doing it. So all 10 players are doing it. So no one is standing out and being smart. You want to be that guy. So back to the chess example, well, if you feel rushed all the time against this really solid chess player who's developing and relaxing and just playing safe and cautiously, you're going to eventually break. Okay, especially League players, they'll break. What happens is you just feel like you need to do something, and the enemy team will feel that way too. And if you play relaxed, defensively, safer, you'll find positions where it's literally just easier because they're panicking and you're not. So whether the mindset is, okay, I want to relax, I want to play safe, I want to just chill, or whether it's, okay, when I go in, I want to step away, when I go in, I want to step away, I want to follow the rule of go in, go out, go in, go out. Regardless of which idea you want to follow, which concept you want to follow, it is essential to understand that that is how you're going to almost have a instant change in how you're fighting. Because a lot of you guys, when I'm reviewing them, it's either all in or nothing. It's either I'm farming and I'm not gonna help anyone because I'm farming, or I'm fighting and like I'm gonna die in this fight. And I just want to die. Okay, we need to find the middle ground here and go towards living. Okay, on top of this, what happens again to just reiterate actually, it's just in these fights, everyone else will pretty much funnel into you. Okay, and I'll give more examples later, but it's really important for you guys to understand that please do not feel rushed to just go and die. It doesn't do anything. Save your HP, save your conditions, save your spells. Okay. Now, am I asking you to be hesitant? Am I asking you to like never fight, never go in? Definitely not. Okay, if you're playing a champion like Diana, Jarvan, even Viego sometimes, you do need to go in. It is your job. Rakan, Set, Yone. But when you go in, you always need to have the idea that I'm trying to escape. I'm not trying to go in and just die. I'm trying to escape after I go in. And the reason why you escape is not because you're a KDA player, not because you don't care about winning the fight, but because after you use one set of spells, you want to get another set of spells. And I'll show this in a second here. I just want to see if this is a worthy fight to take a look at. You get the idea here, right? It's somewhat similar where okay, I'm escaping. Like I'm playing a 2v3. I use all my juice. I have no QE or R, and I just want to get the fuck away from Rakan. It's a little bit too pussy, but that's the idea. Okay, and here, perfect example of what going in and out means. I go in, I get the fuck out. And I get spells from the enemy jungler. I get spells from the enemy support. I get spells from the enemy ADC. Okay, and now, Jarvan's spells are longer than mine. I'm going to be able to go back in a second here. Or when my teammates are around, that guy has no spells, they're just dead. Nothing he can do. And then, the best part about fighting like this, guys, the funniest part at least, is when Xayah sees Jarvan do this, Xayah's like, fuck. I need to help this guy. Fuck. What do I do? Fuck. And then Xayah does this shit. She walks toward the Jarvan who's 1 HP. 1 HP. He walks toward him. Okay, Zir's here too. That's not a good fight for them. But they're here. And then they're like, oh shit, okay, maybe it's not that good. Oh shit, we're not doing anything. Oh shit, okay, and then he dies as well. He has to burn Ghost. If he had to flash, he'd have to flash here too. No, he just dead and then he wants to AFK. Look at that. But the principle in this, why this fight was able to be so easy, is I go in and I go the fuck out. Alright, let's take a look at the actual game team fights. This is more skirmishing, more basic, like, okay, fighting, how do we actually fight? Now we're going to take a look at good fighting. So I'll take a look at this example here. So we have a good fighting example right here. And again, this has to do with champion proficiency. So I Q over here, and I, auto the right guy, and I use my E, and I just play Diana beautifully, right? But essentially, the key takeaway here is something that is also important for everyone to know is okay, right here in this frame, I could try and Q him. I could try, but I'm waiting to make sure my Q can connect. Okay, like right back here, I got hit by Morgana R or Morgana Q, so it's like I'm saving my Q essentially to make sure I can land it. So this is like champion proficiency, but also patience. Okay, I'm making sure I get my Q off, and then boom, I auto the right guy, and it's just a slaughter. So this is just like okay, wow, he's playing fights nice. Okay, cool. He's playing Diana well, cool. What I really want to show you guys is none of that, but actually, what I want to show you is right over here. Okay, so in this fight right here, what's happened is, okay, my Lux is getting engaged on. I see Tristana. I'm going on Morgana. Boom, boom. I see a TP, so I want to get the heck out of here. Tristana's dead. Okay, we're fighting Zac. We're fighting Zac. I see Nunu. I see Nunu and I see Seraphine. Now look at how I'm playing. I have my ultimate up. I'm a Q up coming soon. But look at how I'm playing. I'm literally just waiting here. Seraphine ults. Nunu E's. Nunu just Q'd. Seraphine just used her Q as well. And now I go in. It's so important to understand how this works here. I'm autoing him. I even stopped autoing him. I don't even want to auto him anymore. I want to get the fuck away from Seraphine. Seraphine can ultimate through. Nunu can throw snowball on me. I'm not risking a single thing. If Nautilus dies here and we just leave the fight, I'm happy. Awesome. I'll go to his top side. I'll go to my Krugs. I'll try and fight Crab with Varus. Whatever. I'm happy. But if Nautilus is going to live this long, okay, I can throw my Q out and wait and wait. And okay, I have a perfect opportunity to go. Boom. They're dead. Okay? So this principle is essential for you guys to understand. I don't care about whether or not my Nautilus dies. I don't care about whether or not my Lux dies. I got my kill. I can go break their mid turret. I can do whatever else I want here. You could even argue go mid turret and just have a happy game, sure. Because I'm so fat, I'm 6-0-2 with a large rod and Nashers and Sork booths. I'm down to fight, right? But because I'm so strong. But in a normal game, if I'm not this strong, 6-0-2, I'd go break the mid turret. I'd go get the midwave. Okay? But in the actual fight, what you guys need to understand is like I'm literally waiting the whole time. And again, what are we waiting for? We're waiting for them to use spells. Waiting for them to use spells. They use Seraphine R, they use Nunu E, they use Nunu Q, they use Nunu W, they use Zac W. I believe Zac used Q as well. Seraphine used Q. They use literally everything. And now I want to go in. I'm playing as safe as I possibly can. I do this on Jarvan. I do this on Viego. I do this on Kha'Zix, on Rengar, on literally Bel'Veth. Whatever jungler you're playing out there, I do it. Exact same thing here. Maybe if you're a tank, it's a little bit different. If you're a tank here, you probably don't want to fight anyway. But alright, let's take a look at a fight right here. So we get the Baron. I Q in. This guy gets Nautilus. Gets Nautilus ulted and Q'd. And I want you guys to really look at how I'm playing. And I won't say anything. Just look. Look at how many spells I dodged by just waiting. Seraphine ult dodged. I got hit by Morgana. My Seraphine. Okay, my bad. I would dodge. Because I'm clicking backwards again. I'm clicking backwards here. I would have dodged Zac E if my Nautilus didn't cancel it. So good on him. Oh, it didn't even get canceled. It didn't even get canceled. Oh, and look at my teammates. Look at my teammates. Wait, they got hit by it. Look at my ADC. Or look at my Lux. Lux at the flash. Right? Lux at the flash. Okay, Nautilus got hit by it. And then at this point, Nunu also ults. Right? And I'm waiting. 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 And then boom, I have an opportunity to go in. And okay, they just get destroyed. I get my Q Zonians as well. Champion proficiency. Okay, so in these fights, again, to make sure it's so clear, a lot of you guys might just ER here. ERQ, kill the Tristana, yes. Look at my teammates. So, not only am I trying to dodge their spells, okay, that's not the only thing. The other thing is, okay, look at how far this guy is, look how far this guy is, and look at this guy. He's off my screen. I'm gonna go in and literally fight 2v5 here. Why? Numbers. Track the numbers. So the time that I actually go in is when, well, let's take a look again. The time that I actually go in is when my teammates are actually here. So, okay, my Varus is going forward, they're fighting two people, okay, and now I can go forward. And my Olaf's also here. My Olaf's ready. So this is all subconscious to me, okay? And I'm trying to explain the thought process, but all this is literally like I am active. At some point I had to train myself to actively look at count 4 teammates, guys. Not that hard. 1 Olaf, 2 Lux, 3 Varus, 4 Nautilus. I count them. If they're not on my damn screen, I do not go forward. It is not allowed. It is not legal. So I'm playing patient here, and because I'm playing patient, I not intentionally, like not really intentionally, dodge spells, but that just happens naturally because people want to use spells when this happens. Like I'm not intentionally like, okay, I'm gonna dodge Seraphine Art here. What I'm doing intentionally is I'm waiting for Olaf to join me in this fight. I'm waiting for a good opportunity to start the fight, to engage in the fight, and in doing so, they again get restless, they get impatient, and they use their spells. And by the way, this is like an Emerald level game, so it's not like I'm playing in the boonies and the Seraphine's just stupid. They're an Emerald level player, okay? So, I don't go, I'm waiting, and then boom, when Olaf's on my screen, I'm like, oh shit, okay, I can go, and then it's like a wipe. Alright guys, let's take a look at another fighting example. Okay, this is not it. Where am I going? Okay, this is it. So I know Kindred's top lane. I'm pinging, making it really clear that, hey, Kindred's up here. So Kindred wants to fight me here. I'm getting collapsed. Okay, so this is kind of weird. Okay, well, Perry, what the fuck is this? You don't have your teammates on your Yone's in base, and Casante's is no prio. Well, what the hell? What's going on? Okay, the reason why I'm confident I can do this is Kindred has no ultimate or flash. Okay, step number 1 is I'm tracking summoner spells and ultimates. So tracking summoner spells and ultimates is something that it can be hard. Okay, timing sums and timing ultimates can be hard and difficult to track, especially for people who are lower in elos, who don't even know spells in the game and they don't know how long things are. There's diamond players I ask, okay, well, do you know how long Aatrox Q is? Do you know how long set W is? And they're just like, um, like they're not sure. You know, they're like 10 seconds, 20 seconds. Like, what is it? So it's not like every person is going to know every alt timer the way Faker knows them, but you do want to get good at this. And at the very least, you want to get good at knowing flashes. Okay, it really helps. But because I know this guy has no ultimate, I'm able to go through, and I know how my champion works, and I also know I have flash. So I can go through this guy here, and I can E, and I can escape. And again, I'm not fighting them. I'm escaping to my teammate. I'm running. I'm getting the fuck away from them. And then, this is kind of bullshit. Okay, but you can see the principle. The same principle is I don't want to lose any HP. This is actually a thing Alois has a really cool short on, where he gets like level 2 ganked, and he's playing Riven, and he just instantly flashes away from the gank. He just flashes away. He just says, no, I'm leaving. And then he wins his lane because he saved his conditions by expending his flash. I want to win Herald here. So if I tank Fizzar, I tank his combo and I die, well, the fight's fucking over. Okay, low-key, this is bullshit, right? Low-key, like, okay, I flashed into it, right? Okay, my fucking fault. But you see the principle, you see the idea. And then I want to go win Herald after. Okay? And then we have a bunch of just random fighting, which we don't really care about too much about. So numbers tracking again, like I see Jin, Wukong's dead. I see Kindred going to my mark. Fizz is bot lane. Okay, Nautilus is dead. The only person I should be scared of is that everyone? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's everyone actually. Yeah, so I could just go in. Sometimes it's hard, but it's free though. Okay, and then let's go to the actual point because I'm doing a little bit of dilly dallying here. Okay, so let's look at my strength here. I have 2 items. Okay, and I have seekers. So I'm going forward. I'm fighting with Braum, and I'm confident I can just win this because I have items. Now, is taking a 2v3 practical? Baron's coming up in 3 seconds. Is this practical? Definitely not. Okay, and would I recommend you guys do this ever? Definitely not. But the reason why I'm showing you this is to reiterate again the way I'm playing. Look at me. Look at me run. Okay, I'm going forward, and look at my clicks here. Every single click is getting the fuck away from them after I start the fight. I cue Kindred, and I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. Look. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. And look at what Jin does when he thinks I'm leaving. I click here, I'm going this direction, and Jin goes melee range of me like a psycho, and now my teammates can hit him, and now I can hit him as well. So, I guess what happens in a second here? Well, I flash on this guy, okay, and they're just dead. Nothing they can do. And again, yet again, I am clicking away, not into their jungle. Oh shit, Fizz is here. I am running the fuck away. Instinctually, I am running away from their jungle. I see a lot of people make good plays like this, do this amazing thing, okay, and then instead of running towards your teammates, by the way, where safety is, they run into their jungle. Yay, I want camps, or yay, I want to fucking fight more. Run to your teammates. And it's going to be another great fight that really explains what running to your teammates looks like. Okay, so that at its core is how you should be fighting, how you should be thinking. Do not go forward, do not go in, go away. Okay? Look at Jin. Jin can hit me this whole time. I guess he's kind of worried about Braum E, but Jin does not need to walk this far forward to hit me, nor does Kindred. Essentially. Like neither of these guys need to walk this far forward. In fact, they could probably maybe killing Braum is hard. But again, because I'm running away from them and they think I'm afraid, they think I'm scared, they decide, okay, I'm gonna go forward. Okay, I'm gonna go in. But alright. Let's take a look at one of the cool examples I have here on Viego. It's not another Diana shitty example. Um, it's some Viego gaming. So here in this fight, you can see how we kill Brand. Awesome. Okay, my Rakan dies. I dodge his spells here. And my Quinn and Heimerdinger are far away. So I'm running the whole time. I'm not fighting 2v3. I'm not fighting 1v2. I'm not strong. I'm playing Brand. I'm running. The moment I can connect with my teammates, fight's won. And you can see how every single time I'm fighting, every single time I'm clicking, I'm running towards my team. I'm running towards my boys. And this is essential for every single fight, every single interaction. You run towards your teammates. Okay, let's take a look at, it was this fight right here. So right here, my Quinn's getting chased. I'm coming. Okay, I see this Yasuo. Okay, I'm Wing on him. Okay, I'm looking for him. Oh, wait, actually, it's not this fight. Oh, it is. It is. See! Instantly, and it's really small, but it matters. Instantly, look! I kill this guy. Look at my cursor. I'm clicking away, and then I pick up, and then I possess. I click away to reposition, and then obviously now you can just go forward. Okay, so this is like an okay example of what it means to click away. There's another great example right here. No, not here. Actually, no, this was it. Okay. So here I get hooked in. We kill the brand. I get hooked in, and what I'm doing is I'm going to kill this Blitzcrank, and look at me again. The whole time, again, guys, I'm clicking away, not forward, away, 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 away. I initially click away to reposition, then possess, and then again I reposition, and then I hook. And I'm still clicking backwards. And now look at how I ult as well. Every single play is not going too far forward like a psychopath. And at this point, okay, I have 4 people, this guy's all by himself, well, you're dead. Now I go forward. And now everyone's dead, I go forward. And I go for camps. Okay, and here is this really, really, really good example as well, where I go here, okay, we're fighting. My Heimerdinger is dead. And again, look at how I'm playing. I'm running away, I'm running away. And now my teammate's ready to fight, and then I go in. Right, look at that. I don't go in by myself. I get hooked and I'm running. I'm not fighting anything. I'm waiting for my homies. So tracking numbers but also running towards safety. And if my homie wasn't coming here, I just need to leave. I'll just W ult away. I mean, this fight's just over, but like you can still see how like my habit is to like run. Like look, like right now I'm like low and I'm repositioning and then I'm ulting it. Like it's literally just pure habit at this point. That's how we want it for you guys as well. You can get better mechanically if you have habits on how you fight. And this is a habit I want you guys to ingrain in yourselves. Okay, so there's one more example of fighting, and then I'll recap everything, and then I want to like, think about some macro stuff, and then we'll do questions. But here we have a fighting example. Okay, let's take a look at this. So my teammates have all died. My Hui is dead, my Varus is dead, my Lucian and my Braum are dead. Everyone's dead. Okay, I see their HPs. Echo has no ult. I see Jinx is around, and I'm going straight into this bush right here. I take a kill, and I run. 1v3ing and I'm down to take it, but I run. Okay? And I'm running and I'm running, and what happens is like I Q this guy and I'm still running. I'm not going in, I'm running. And then I go in and I'm still running. I'm still clicking away from them. And then the Echo is like, okay, this guy's running. So there's like a psychology here. Okay, there's like an idea behind this, a mental idea behind this. If you're Echo and you see this Diana, who's 3 levels on you by the way, is so fed, but they're running away from you, they're gonna be like, oh shit, that guy's afraid of me. Okay, you're afraid of me, I'm gonna go in. It's a free kill then. You should die then. So, in a sense, I'm baiting him, but I'm also playing in a way where he thinks he's stronger, but he's not actually stronger, right? So it's technically baiting them, but also it just puts me in a better and safer position. And then they just get wiped, and I'm here 1v3ing them. And instead of 1v3ing them and playing off the fact that, yeah, I'm level 16, and they're level 12 and 14, and I'm just that much stronger, I'm still playing the fundamental concept of, hey, relax, play into my strengths, play into my side of the map. There's Echo W right there. There's Yasuo Key right there. Okay, there's using all their spells, and it's just a wipe. Okay, so what we should do is we should quickly recap what it is to fight. So pretty much get item from 8 min to 12 min. Let me make sure the Streamlabs is working. Give me a second. Get item from 8 min to 12 min plus ideally 2 Drakes. Let's take fights when you have numbers advantage, lane people on your screen, and item. So this is crucial. People on your screen, guys. So many people I've seen fight with no one on their screen, no one on their map with them. And they're just 1v1ing or 1v2ing or fighting a bunch of people. It's so terrible. You need to make sure you have your teammates with you. How to take fights. In and out. We're just called that. In and out. Go play defensively. And relax with your spells. Be patient. Mental behind fights. Pretty much, these are like the same thing. Do not feel forced to go in or do anything crazy. The enemy team or your teammates will do it for you. Examples of good and bad. Team fighting, we went through that. Number tracking. Always take fights when you have even. Let me just cover this real quick. When you have even / up numbers advantage. Okay? So, that's fighting. Essentially, if you're not, playing like this, fights can be hard. And you can have a lead, you can have many dragons, you can be really strong, and fights will still be hard because, well, you're going too far deep, you're going too far forward, you're just running into them carelessly, you'll die. You'll die, you'll lose your shutdown, you'll be like, damn, what the fuck happened? Ah, shit. So, I challenge you guys to do something, actually. Go 3 games in a row with 3 or less deaths each game. I could even say 2 or less. And if you guys can do this, I'll make a channel in my Discord. Show me. Okay, show me. Actually, because I want you guys to really push yourself. 5 games. 5 games. Show me. Prove that you can do this. If you can do this, you have control of your own character. You have control of your own rank. If you can't do this, you need to figure out why and what's going wrong. Every game, you should be able to do this. In fact, if I were to go to the extreme, I could say, go 5 games with 0 or less deaths. If and in your main rank, okay, I'm not asking you to go to fucking playing shit low and like just do this for fun. I mean, you could. It's essentially it's a practice, right? But yeah, if you can do this 5 games in a row and get 0 deaths every single game, you have what it takes. Okay, because it's a choice whether or not you go die or go live. It's literally a choice. To be safer or to be a psycho. It's a choice to have 7 deaths in a game. It's a choice to have 10, 15 deaths in a game. They're all decisions you make. It doesn't just happen to you. Again, some games, will you expect an invade? Sure. Figure out why you didn't expect an invade. Will you not read the map correctly? Sure. Will you play a fight a little poorly? Sure. All these things happen in the real. You can account for all of them. They're all in your control. So I want to challenge you guys if you can do this. I'll make a channel for this. Prove it to me. Send me a DM. I want to see you guys do this. It'll really, really, really show yourself that you can do this. It'll really, really show me that you have good fighting. And ultimately, it's just good to not die that much. You can see in all my defeats, at least, I have a lot of deaths. Okay? And I'm not making good decisions. All my victories, at least, except for like a few, I have like 5 or less deaths. Right? And then if I was really challenging myself and like I'm not smurfing and streaming and having fun, I'd go for even less deaths. Alright, let's take a look at the mid-game example here. Oh, okay, just real quick. This is the same idea for fighting, real quick. This is also fog of war, right? Like I'm running away from him. Anyway, okay, mid game. So we have our item here. We have our large rod. We have tempo. We're gonna recall. We're going to go straight to Herald. We get the Herald. Okay. We're going to do our camps here. We're waiting for. We're doing our camps. We're doing our camps. We're doing our camps. We have our item here. Okay. We fight. I drop Herald on accident. You break the mid tower anyway. I'm setting on the map. Okay. I have my item. Okay. So from this point on, what's really unique about this game actually is that's sorry, I was skipping way too far ahead. My fault. Look at the score. Okay, it's 12 to 5, 11 to 5, 10 to 5. Look at my mid laner score. He's 0 and 5. You saw that real quickly. He's 0 and 5. Okay, my homie mid, he ain't doing too well. Okay, it gets worse. 0 and 8. 0 and 8. Okay, so how do we come back in a game like this when my teammate is inting this hard? Same fundamental rules though. I'm getting my item, and here's where I'm critically thinking. Ari has no ultimates. I think she has flash, but I have my flash as well. And I'm playing in a way where, okay, I can maybe capitalize on her if she's in this bush. Here she is. Okay. Saving my Q. She lit almost one-shot me. QE. And she's dead. And instead of taking this guy's mid-wave, he's coming back and I'm actually giving him the mid-wave. Okay, so a lot of you guys would make the decision here of, okay, well, my cat ranger's been into me the whole game. Like, I should eat their mid-wave. Don't eat their mid-wave. Okay, like, I know it feels good, but like ultimately, it's gonna make your game harder. You still want this guy to want to win. You take his wave, he doesn't want to win anymore. Okay, I'm back to my camps. I get my large rod right away. So and what I'm telling myself here is because I'm so weak on the map compared to Ari and everyone else, I need to get my item. I need to get as strong as I can before I take the next fight. So I'm recalling and I'm spending 1250 gold to get my item here. And what happens is because I'm behind and Poppy chose to go to Grubs, I'm happy I'm going to choose to go to Dragon. I get this Dragon here, and here's where we take a little bot fight. I play this bot fight beautifully. So obviously, if you play, you need to play fights mechanically as well. Like I miss my Q, but what I do is I dodge her Q beautifully by flashing behind her, and then I play Fog of War beautifully here as well. Okay, and I get another large rod, and then at this point, well, the score is still 18 to 12. We're not that happy. My Katarina is still 1 and 8. My Urgot's 1 and 2. My bot lane is also, they're doing okay. So what decisions do I need to make to stop this Ari? And it's literally just the basics, right? Like I've played for 2 dragons. I have, oh shit. I played for 2 dragons. I have played for the Herald. It's literally the basics, guys. So the only differences I'm making here is which fights I'm choosing to fight. So I played for this first dragon. I didn't get it because the Poppy chose to play for the dragon. So Poppy chose to play dragon, I can't do the dragon, right? Because of Ari. Ari's too fed. Poppy chose to do the grubs, I can't do the grubs. So you can see how the first dragon, I got 3 grubs. The second dragon, he got 3 grubs. Essentially, he makes the choice. He wants dragon, I take grubs. He wants grubs, I take dragon. Because they're already so fed, they can do whatever they want. So to make the picture clear again, right here you see Poppy and her whole team go for the dragon. So I'm going to go to grubs. And you can see again later on where okay, the grubs are up and I could go play for them and I want to click into them. Oh, Poppy started them. I'm going to dragon. So this is essentially tagging along with what trading looks like, right? We talk about trading, but it's really important when you're playing against someone fed. Now Poppy died, okay, because like my teammates are doing God's work, but Poppy's also inting. I don't know what Poppy and Sen are doing. They're trying to dive the Urgot. Okay, awesome. And I'm doing the objective, and after I do the objective, I'm back to farming. Why am I back to farming? I'm farming for my item. So again, this is putting what we know from the second video of fundamentals into practice. We are getting our item. Okay? And in doing so, getting my item, well, oh shit, like there's a huge like fiesta going on bot lane. Let me go see what's going on here. And okay, well, Senna's dead. So Senna's dead. Awesome. And Poppy came back here. I accidentally summoned Herald. But okay, we kill Poppy too. And now and I instead of recalling here, I bring Herald mid lane. It doesn't even work. I should recall with my item, but it's okay. We kill Ari again. I take her top side. Right. So all of this is I'm 8-2-0, almost 10 CS per minute. A lot of these decisions that I've made actually are just me farming my camps, putting myself in an okay position, and playing fights pretty well. That's it. Okay, and we've stabilized this game. And my Katarina, who was 0-8 by the way at some point, is now 4-4 with a shutdown. Okay, I've muted Katarina. You can see here I've muted her. I don't want to work with her. But at the very least, like I know that this guy can be useful later on. I'm not gonna shun her out the rest of the game. I don't take her CS. I don't fuck with her. If she plays her game, I play mine. Okay, you can see here another macro sequence is I'm in the top side and we're trying to kill sets. We don't kill sets, but we get sets ultimates, and I'm breaking top turret. And they're playing for dragon, and yet again, I'm going top side. I'm going top side. I'm going top side. I'm going top side. Okay, and in this position, okay, I'm again, just sticking to top side. I'm playing to my champion strength, and I can just solo Baron, just OP. I'm ignoring these guys, I'm ignoring these guys, I'm ignoring these guys. Okay. So all this is me getting my items. So all the reason why I'm able to get my items right now, 3 items, by the way, at 21 minutes, where I have 2 items on Poppy, is because I'm playing macro sequences where I'm making sure I get myself gold, I'm getting myself resources, getting myself kills, and I'm trading on the map. Okay, my teammates play a beautiful fight here. And because we have Baron, it's easy to take turrets. Here, in this position, well, my Renata's dead, my Katarina's bot lane. Instead of playing for this dragon, again, look at tab screen. Instead of playing for this dragon, where it is possibly winnable, look at where Katarina is. Because Katarina is here, it's like fucked up. I don't want a 4v5. I'm going straight to their top side. And in doing so, I'm not trying to kill Kai'Sa here, but Kai'Sa's inting, so I gotta kill Kai'Sa. Awesome. And instead of going to the dragon now, I force them to come to me. This is the strength of, making good decisions, cross-mapping, and trading. So I'm still playing here. I'm still playing as aggressively as I can. And while I'm doing this, they have to play a 3v2 in the bot side. Or even a 2v2. Because Senna's up top lane here. And not only is Senna up top lane here, but their set's also up top lane here. Because of the pressure I'm putting on the map. Okay, so mid game is something that we'll actually need to spend like a whole another hour or 2 on literally just giving mid game examples, what it's like to make good decisions, what it's like to really jump into this. Ultimately, the point of what I wanted to come across initially was literally just, okay, in the mid game, guys, the game doesn't change. Okay, if you're ahead, you play for the objectives. If you're behind or even, you can trade or play for the objectives. So when you're behind, 100% you're trading. Okay, it doesn't change. Whether you're in the late game, the early game, the mid game, okay? And it doesn't change if you're playing for kills either. Like, you never play for kills. In the late game, you never play for kills. You play for fights that'll win you objectives. You play for fights that'll win you turrets, dragons, barons. It's the same thing, same concept. A lot of people think that the game changes drastically when the mid game hits. Well, when I look at their mid game games, again, these are the Diamond Master players. They're like, man, like, okay, well, the mid game hits. I played a perfect early game. What am I doing wrong in the mid game? And okay, they got heralded at 16 minutes. Okay, they didn't break the top tier 2 or the bot tier 2, and they're 10 and 0. Okay, they go try and dive them in their fucking in-imp turret. Like, if any of these things are you, okay, fighting 1v3, fighting 1v2, fighting in their jungle, fighting with your teammates, not getting vision, not playing for Baron, and you have leads, and you're just not playing for turrets, if you have leads and you're not doing any of that shit, then you need to recenter yourself, okay, refocus on the fundamentals, the basics of the game, and figure out why you think that this is how you're supposed to win, and listen to what I'm saying, and okay, focus on getting those objectives, focus on doing the basics of League of Legends. And then, okay, you can maybe dig into more details at some point on later in the future. Macro is there's a lot to macro essentially. There's a whole lot to macro, and we won't be able to cover it in like one, even two, like events like this. It's gonna take a lot. But anyway, what we can do now is we can jump into questions. Before I jump into questions, if you guys don't know already, I have this free jungle cheat sheet in like online right now. It's just literally on a sheet. And if you guys haven't seen this already, please do take a look at it, because almost all of the things at a basic level that I've talked about are literally on here. Okay, a lot of things that I've talked about are literally on here. I sent it in the Discord chat. It's in my stream as well. A lot of these things are on here. The mental, the attitude, the one-tricking, the rules. Okay, if you guys haven't seen it, please take a look. Okay, and also for those of you who I don't know, just those of you who want to expedite your climb, Patreon, IPRI coaching, just putting it out there. Anyway, let's go and think about questions. Someone asked me what recording software do I use. I use Insights. You can use Replay LOL. Patreon is meta. Akko is saying Akko is one of the Patreon members. So let's take a look at questions. So go ahead and raise your hand if you guys want to ask something. Greggy, it's easier to talk if you guys have a mic. But if you guys don't, it's completely fine. I'm gonna invite you. Cool.
Hello.
Hello.
Basically, my question is, you throughout this short coaching session or explaining session, you've often said that you would drop a Drake, for example, to go for a higher tier turret, or to try to make a play happen somewhere else.
Mhm.
And then at the end, you basically said that it's the most important that you play for objectives and that you set up objectives for your team. And how do I recognize when it's time to play for an objective and when is it time to drop an objective to get some compensation, basically?
Cool. Good question. So let's say we're gonna give us red side here, okay? So let's say our mid laner is there. Actually, our top laner is there. Mid laner is there. Bot lane's here. So this is like normal setup. Um, Something like this. Okay. So let's say the score is like they have 20 kills versus 15 kills. So it's like meh, right? You have one dragon, one dragon, one dragon. Okay, and you do want this third dragon. So what happens is you need to evaluate. Well, if I'm this far in my jungle right here, my support's like this, and they're all like this. Is this going to be an easy dragon for us to fight when this is our position? What do you think?
Would you like me to answer to that or?
Yeah. What do you think?
It looks pretty rough.
Uh-huh.
Simply
How come?
because they've already taken river control and my top laner can't exactly engage, given that their top laner is having basically holding them in lane.
Uh-huh.
So it would be basically us trying to engage, probably with limited vision, into a team that's already set up to fight.
Uh-huh. So here you go. Go fight top lane, right? Go leave the bot side here and go top side. Yeah, real quick. Thank you for the tier 5 subs. Babasi, bro. Appreciate it, man. For the 5 tier 1 subs. Okay, I said it wrong. Yeah. Anyway, back to what we were saying. So they have full setup. It's hard to fight. Let's say you can still fight it. It's still winnable. But you have your mid laner up here who make this even easier for you. Let's say their mid laner had 5 it was 5 and 0. right? Then it's like even clearer that I should go play to my top laner or my mid laner and go play top side and break this top turret or break this top turret. Let's say it's even harder for us to differentiate, where everyone's literally even. No one's got a river control, and this is our map state right now. And the dragon's coming up in 30 seconds. So here is where, okay, if you're strong enough to fight this, the problem is where you currently are on the map, because you're not controlling the dragon. So if you want to fight this dragon accurately, you need to actually be in this position all the way over here, or here, or here, or here, or here, if you want to play for this dragon that's spawning in 30 seconds. Not in your camps, not in your camps. And the same goes for this jungler if he wants to play for this dragon. Which is why, okay, if they have this setup, well, yeah, it's going to be hard for you to control. But if everyone's even, and you're here, and you're preventing them, you're creating space while they try getting set up, well, now you have the control, so you can control the objective. Some games, let's say your support dies randomly, and they're like coming, and like, okay, if you stand here, you're gonna get 1v3'd or 2v3'd, and it's like, okay, it's not gonna work for you. Let's say you're very fed, you could fight them, but you'd have to play a 2v3 to fight them on the dragon. That's terrible writing. 2v3 to fight them on the dragon. I wouldn't take these odds, right? Let's say you're 5-0, 10-0. I still wouldn't take these odds. I would go straight into the top side, take this top tier, take this top tier, take this top camps, take Herald, take Baron, take whatever else I can on the other side of the map. Does that sort of make sense?
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Thank you very
Cool.
much for the answer.
Awesome. All right. Gonna touch on tower. Yeah, towers are also objective, exactly. So sometimes if you're unable to actually like let's say you're ahead, but like you just can't win because your support died. You still give this, like it's fine. You still give it because you can't fight it. Like let's say the score's 10 to 20, but like your ADC and your support just died on accident. Like they just made an honest mistake. Well, now you can't fight it, and that's fine. That's normal. That happens. So go trade. Go do something on the other side of the map. Let's say your teammate is really behind, and obviously you're in a game where you're behind. Well, even more so, you want to trade. Stipe asked, when you have item plus R, how do you decide when you want to fight or farm? Like you said, do you only fight if the opportunity presents itself, or do you actively seek fights rather than new camps? So I actively, instead of phrasing it actively seeking fights, I actively seek any objective on the map that's easy to play for. So let me try and pull up an example here. Maybe kind of hard because Insights is like just tripping. It's always lagging. 8-0. It was like 8-0 and 3 game. Okay, 8-0 and 3 game with Jin. Perfect. So for example here, I'm in this position with item, and I have my Nashers, and I'm running straight to their bot side. Right? And again, not to fight, not to kill anyone, but because I want an objective. That's very easy for me to play for. Obviously, the score's 13-3. It's never been easy to understand that we can break their bot turret. My Jin has like 5 kills. So I'm not actively looking for fights. I'm not actively looking for his camps or any of that. I'm looking for control over the map so I can play for an objective. And turrets are objectives too. So I'd go for this bot turret here, or I'd go into the bot side here with the intention of fighting anything so I can get the objective. But it's crucial to differentiate that. You cannot come bot lane and be like, yeah, I want to fight them just to fight them. I want to fight them because I want this bot turret. That'll structure your gameplay. Okay. Someone's asking in chat, so would you say Void Grubs are better than a bot dive? It depends. Are you winning bot lane the whole game? Have you been pathing bot lane and just winning and winning and winning? If so, then fuck the Grubs. Who cares about the Grubs? Go bot lane and dive them and win the game. Is your bot lane losing the whole time and it's like a one chance to dive bot lane, but your top laner is 10-0? Well, if your top laner is 10-0 and you can dive bot lane, maybe I'd still play top side and get these Grubs and just play off my win con. It just depends. Are you pathing top the whole game? If you're pathing top the whole game, then yeah, I would just do the Grubs. If you're pathing bot the whole game, then yeah, I would do the Dragon. And die bot. And just die bot over and over again. I'm posting this on YouTube, I will be. Is there any situation where you're just going to try and steal the objective alone instead of trading? Never. Never get. But that's trying to steal objectives as a jungler is one of the most harmful things to do to yourself. Um, one out of 100 examples, maybe, would I actually try and steal an objective, and that's like Baron, like or like their soul, and it's just like okay, like Elder, like Baron, Elder, souls, yeah. Otherwise, no.
Um, this is actually, I think you literally just answered it there. But when you were talking about the zero deaths thing, do you ever think that like some deaths are worth it because of how much it costs the enemy team, um, for the kill in a way, or is it just like you think it's still not worth dying in the first place? I'll give an example. I had a game yesterday where I killed enemy Tryndamere, and then I died to Ari Mordekaiser, and I got both of their flashes in the process. Um, and Dragon is spawning in like 50 seconds. So, and I got Mordekaiser R. So, like, would you say that death is still bad there, or is that like worth because now they can't contest Drake?
I mean, it just depends on what else you're sacrificing, right? Like, are camps on the map that you could be doing? Is there another resource you could be playing for to get your item? Is there literally nothing on the map for you to do and you just die and it's worth it? Like, sure. But ultimately, like the point of not the point of not dying and trying to just minimize deaths is so you understand that that was a choice for you to go fight them, and that was an open thing you could have figured out. That hey, Ari and whoever else you said can come top lane and try and kill you too, or go wherever and try and kill you too. So like yeah, there are some deaths that I would say are worth it. Like if you go 1 for 1 and get a 1k shutdown, like ultimately, sure, if you get like 2k, if you get like 1k gold and you get their flash and you die, like sure. But the principle is like we just want to avoid that. We want to avoid that period. So I would say like it's kind of niche to get into those specifics. Cool. Damn, I need a better system for this. It keeps resizing. But what I can do actually is I can click on myself. I'm trying to size it for the Discord or for the stream. That's gonna take a lot of setup actually. Never mind. Okay. Ooh, what if I do this? Okay. I have a lot of questions in the chats, so I'll answer that in a second. And then let me fix my camera real quick. Okay, maybe that'll work. All right. How's Viego the snow split? I'm not liking Kraken since the build path sucks now. I haven't played a single game of Viego. I think Bork is fine. I think Kraken's fine. I think literally everything is fine. I think literally just go the exact same thing as last season. I don't think you should go this bullshit collector. I don't think you should go bullshit any of that. If you're really curious, okay, I'll show you a really cool trick. Onetricks.gg. Okay, let's take a look together. Viego. Oh shit, Viego. Let's take a look. Viego ranking jungle. Okay, this guy. Split 2. Soul Never Die, this guy. Everyone's going Kraken. Oh, some guys are going Bork. Oh, some guys going Collector. Okay, let's see what this guy's buying. This guy's buying Kraken into Sunder Sky, or Kraken and Bork, or Kraken Triforce. Okay, so it seems like Kraken is fine. Okay, this guy's going. That's not Diego. Okay. This guy's going Kraken Triforce. Okay, maybe Kraken Triforce is good. Right? And you just like looked at it and you just that's it. I don't know. I haven't played a single game, but if you want to figure it out, you got one tricks.gg to look at, and I'll send the link in the Twitch chat real quick. If you're playing for objectives and the enemy is doing it well, as well, don't you need to have some type of advantage to play for it? Yeah, you do. Like you need to fight them. You need to win the fight to play for the objective. Yeah. So obviously it still matters. Like 100% of the time, it still matters. But a lot of junglers just don't play for objectives, so that's why it's easy for you to be able to play for objectives. I said objective is primary, like we fight to get the objective. So if dragon is up and we have successfully zoned enemies from dragon, I can take the dragon, but 4 people in my team are running it down, need to kill enemy, and I see them die. If I don't go, take the Drake, bro. Leave them be. If they want to go die, they can go die. Take the dragon. You have the answer to your own question. Take the objective. And if you really, really, really want to get advanced, King of League, You need to danger ping them the entire time. And okay, when I mean danger, like, a lot of people say like, yeah, I do ping. I do ping, Perry. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I do ping. I do that all the time. They ping like 1, 2, maybe 3 times. Maybe 3 times. When I say danger ping, I mean you ping 5 times, another 5 times, you ping 30 seconds in advance through the dragon, you ping maybe even a minute in advance if you're really trying to fucking win the game. That's what I mean. Okay? You go to the dragon, you make it really clear that you're going to the dragon, your teammates have a good chance of coming to the dragon with you. Okay, DM's Beast.
Hello.
Yo.
I've been playing a lot of jungle and ADC a lot recently, but when I'm playing ADC, mainly try to get prio mid lane while playing life, and then try to set up for dragon. But what exactly, um, when you're trying to play with teammates through mid lane, how much do you hover as a jungler? Or like escort them into river, and when you do get 3 people in river, how exactly are you trying to play? Where do you want to get vision? Um, I guess. And how much are you looking for picks, and how, like the timing before you ADC or whatever has to go back to mid lane?
Okay, so this is like mid game. Okay. So supports here. Okay, jungle's here. So we're gonna play some blue sides. Let's say you have mid prio. Okay, you go through. So wards we want this ward right here. We want this ward right here ideally. But literally this ward will be fine. You pull the dragon here, you bring it out. So this is objective fundamental. You pull the objective out. So you're pretty much doing the objective right here. Dragon babies is right here. Your ADC is going to be positioned like right here. Support's going to be here. You're going to be here. And you guys are like controlling the terrain of this push. So if you have complete control over this dragon, you actually do not need to care about getting picks or killing this guy or killing this guy. If you have control like this, the dragon's out here and you can do it, you're happy. Okay? And your ADC doesn't leave until you're done with the objective. That's it. You shouldn't feel the ADC shouldn't feel like, okay, I need to go back mid lane to catch a wave. I'm just gonna do the objective, and it should be like a team fight. And hey, if you lose the mid turret for getting the dragon, like it's chill because your goal is the dragon. Now, can you optimize that? Yeah, but we're not worried about that. We're worried about getting the dragon first. If you want to give it a rough timestamp on how long you have the dragon, it's like 30 seconds. You push your mid wave in, you have like 30 seconds for the next wave until the next wave. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, I think so. Thank you.
Cool. Welcome back.
Hey, second question, glad to be back. I personally prefer playing junglers that are a little bit more setup based. So I like to play Vi and Poppy currently.
Okay.
How do I play these characters aggressively enough so that I get value for my team, but play them passively enough so that I don't int while I'm trying to create that value for my team?
So setup junglers are one of the harder junglers to work around this because you can have so few resources and be still so impactful. Ultimately, what you want to avoid is trying to impact every single lane, impact one lane, and you want to avoid showing a lot on the map. So treat Fog of War very important and make sure you're spending all your attention to one lane. Ultimately, a lot of the fundamental concepts can still be applied to like Poppy, Vi, Sejuani, Maokai, Jarvan, whatever you want. Um, it's obviously going to be better on farming junglers, but the same applies for these setup people too. And when it comes to fighting on these junglers, like the goal, and this is actually something I should have touched on in the fighting sequence, but or in the fighting section, but we did it in the last, I think in the first fundamental video we went over fighting where I was listing how you need to look at your teammates, hold tab, and be like, okay, well, who's strong, who's weak, and that's who I'm gonna play around. So it's like in this game, when I recall here, let's see, do I ever hold tab? Come on, hold tab. Right, I hold tab and I look at items. In this game, like, it's really obvious. Let's say I'm playing Vi, let's say I'm playing Poppy. It's really obvious where I'm going to play towards. I'm not going towards top lane at all. Mid lane, I can go, and I don't need to. I'm going straight to bot lane. I'm going straight to Jhin, and I'm going to, you know, play Poppy and Vi however I can around Jhin. And if Jhin cannot connect with me in any circumstance because he's getting engaged on, or he's too far, or he's too low, then I'm not fighting. So if Jhin is 20% HP, needs to recall, and I'm trying to 1v1 or 1v2 or fight with him, but he's too low, it's a bad fight. So ultimately, when you're playing a set of jungler, when you select any jungler, you need to look at your teammates. You need to assess how you can win with this teammates. It's crucial that you have him on your screen on any jungler, but especially for a set of junglers. Does that answer your question?
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna be back to the audience. Aries, what's up?
Hi, so I have a couple questions that I got from just like while watching just the stream as a whole, so I kind of wrote them out. You mentioned like the in and out quite a bit, where you go in, you use your cooldowns, and then you go out, wait for your own cooldowns, let the enemy use theirs, and then you go back in, right, to kind of
Yeah.
clean up the kill, and take advantage of the fact that they have no rotations. The only thing that was kind of like really sticking out to me in particular, like kind of I guess a flaw in that is that like what happens if you're the only frontline on your team, right? Where you're like the only melee. Like let's say I'm playing Xin Zhao, I have like a ranged top and an enchanter, a mage, or like in the support role, and I am the only person. I'm the only wall that's between my team and their damage threats. How would
Right.
you play like the in and out style in that situation where you're the only wall, like you are literally the last defense between your like the enemy team and your like ADC or your mage?
Right. Let me make this really clear for everyone because this is a good question. Let's say you have this. So you have Caitlyn and fucking Lux. Awesome. And they have what do you want to give them?
Uh, let's say like an assassin of some kind. Um, we'll say a really popular one. Let's say like Kha'Zix, I guess.
Okay. Do you want just another mage mid then? I can just do another mage.
Yeah, like a mage. I think those are like a little bit more popular or something. I guess like in
Let's do
comparison.
Syndra. Oriana, sure. Okay, now I'll just give them like a I don't know, Philios, and we'll make it even harder for us, Nautilus, and let's just say we got a good matchup top lane or like a okay matchup, which is like sure, we'll just say this. Okay, so
Yeah, this works for the sake of the discussion.
on blue side, how do we play team
Yeah.
fights? All right, what's gonna happen is this homie and this homie are gonna try and kill someone, whichever one.
Yeah.
So when they do that, your goal is okay. Let's say let me get this example. Your goal, your first assessment is who's the strongest player on our team. So based purely off matchups, Vayne should be strong and Caitlyn Lux should be strong, right? Like because these guys can get plates, these guys can get plates, and these guys can like win lane. So depending on which one's stronger, that's your priority target on your team. So let's say it's Vayne. Okay, and they want to kill Vayne too. You go in when they go in on your teammates. That's it. And what's going to happen is these guys are going to use all their juice to kill this guy. And this guy has flash, has ult, has sums, has peel from you as well. You're going to ult away as many targets as you can. You're going to fight with them. When they do that, well, what we call is creating space for your Vayne. So if you ever go forward, what happens is if you go forward, now you've created an opportunity for these guys to go in on Vayne, and Vayne has no defense. If you go forward on Aphelios or Oriana, you're in a really fucked up situation.
Right.
So you
So
can't.
so it's kind
you
of like
just wait. You literally wait for them to go in.
So it's actually kind of like the reverse of the examples you showed us, where you were the one going in, and then you went out, and then you went in. Instead, they go in, we're already out, and then we go in.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a good question.
And
Good
then,
question.
and then another question I had is that I find that like my teammates play for kills, but I mean like I feel like we've had this conversation where it's like low elo players will play for kills a little bit more often, and I think it even happens in high elo as well. Well, they'll
Everyone
play
plays
for kills over the objectives.
Yeah, everyone plays for kills.
What happens if like they're playing for kills, but you're focusing on the objective, right? Like I've mentioned my ADC to you before on my team. I've talked to you about him in particular, where he will just run into the enemy jungle to get a kill, and now we don't have objective pressure. So how would you kind of play around that?
Is this competitive? I forgot.
Uh, I'm using my like competitive example just because I've told it to you before, but
Yeah,
it
yeah.
also works in solo queue where it's like your
So-
teammates will just run into the enemy jungle to get a kill.
So you have comms with this guy, right?
Well, at least on ADC, yeah, but like
Yeah, yeah. So
like for solo
why
queue, a little bit
why aren't
less.
you talking to this guy? Yell at him. Hey, come do the fucking objective right now. Again, in solo queue,
Yeah.
you can yell at them the same way with pings. Hey, dummy, why the fuck are you chasing after them, danger ping them again 100 times?
Mhm.
So if you give me an example, give me a clip where they're chasing someone, and I see for a second that you're not trying to ping, that means you failed. Right? That means you failed yourself. That means you did not apply all the rules we need to apply to get these guys to stop playing for kills. Because you're right.
Right.
People love fucking kills. No
Mhm.
no one can stop that from your average
Yeah.
teammate. But to
Of
control
course.
that as much as you can, you need to ping them, and you need to posture for the objective. When you posture with your teammates, let's say your Vayne, psychotic Vayne, is trying to fight everything, and you posture with this guy in front of him. This guy's back here, you're up here, and these guys are over here, over here, over here, over here, and the objective is like down here. If you posture with the Vayne, well, Vayne thinks you want to fight too, so Vayne will go forward as well. And if you don't
Right.
think any of this is good, then just fucking leave. Because Vayne's gonna be like, okay, well, yeah, now I have to 1v4. There's 4 guys here. Do I actually want to take this? Maybe not. Oh, my Zinzao's going down there.
Yeah.
I like Zinzao. Let me go play with Zinzao. Or this guy's gonna be an absolute psychopath and just fight them anyway. And the people who are actually absolute psychopaths and do this actually end up going 1-for-1 or going 1-for-2 or literally just dying, and it's okay. They stalled enough time for you to do the objective.
Hmm.
So it's either your
Okay.
teammate's gonna go do this stupid shit and go play for kills and stall time and you're gonna get the objective, or your teammate's gonna do stupid shit and get kills and okay, at least you get the objective, or your teammate's gonna wake up, get out of the matrix, and okay, oh shit, my teammate's pinging me away and I see an objective on my screen and maybe I should go play for it.
Mhm.
Either scenario, you're playing for the objective, no exception.
Right. And then after that, how would you take like an approach to VOD reviewing your own games? Because I know that like you did it for your Champions Queue games where you VOD reviewed both your wins and your losses. How would like for like the average player you would recommend somebody go and VOD review their own games, like kind of like their strategy to it?
Yeah, let's take a look at pretty much in order to get good at early game at least. It's like okay, we go to a game here. Those are all wins. Okay, let's just get a win, sure. So okay, let's take a look at this game. Oh shit, what happened here? Okay, what did I do? I full cleared. I did the crab. Okay. I made a mid play. What happened in this mid play? Why did I have to expend flash? Right. So I'm looking at this. I'm thinking, okay, I expended my flash. Why? Oh, because my positioning is really shit. Oh shit. So I had to expend my flash to get this kill. Not worth it. Okay, how can I do this better next time? Well, I can think about my Silas. Think about closely to Silas. So I'm pinging that I want Silas to play off this minion wave. Given his posture, he's going forward anyway. I need to go and trust him. Instead, I didn't trust him, and I had to expend my flash. Okay, step number 1. Right, so every single sequence, you're like figuring out, okay, what can I do better? What can I do? How can I think about this a little smarter? Okay, I smite this cannon minion. I push this wave in. Oh shit, Kha'Zix is here. I'm fighting him. Okay, I'm fighting him. I'm fighting. This is just fighting. Okay, I go 1-for-1. Is this worth it? Well, I'd say it's fine. Okay, let's think about the next sequence. Krugs, Raptors, Wolves, Gromp. Okay, beautiful. So there's no need for me to say mid lane or not. I'm not sure. Well, essentially, I'll look at this position. I'll be like, okay, is there any reason for me to defend mid lane? Is there any reason for me to go mid or not go mid? And okay, I make the assessment. I don't. Is that right or wrong? Okay, no, most of the time I'll just say it's right because I want to prioritize my camps. So as long as I'm sticking to my structure, that's on Silas. He died. On you. You're dumb. Okay. Oh shit, Kha'Zix is here. Is there any way I could have avoided this? Well, maybe I can, instead of pathing through this way and trying to clear this ward, I can path through bot lane. Bot lane has complete prio. I also see Kha'Zix on the map. How did I miss this? Oh shit, I wasn't paying attention. Why wasn't I paying attention? Well, Silas was spam pinging me. Silas was spam pinging me. I got emotional, so I need to recenter myself. Maybe in the future I can mute my Silas the moment he pings me the first time. I won't get as emotional. I won't miss the fact that Kha'Zix showed on the map here. On top of that, Kha'Zix or not, I need to go through bot lane because bot lane has the prio, not my mid lane. My mid laner is dead. If I want to play with this dragon, I need to go through bot lane, not mid lane. So I should not path this way. Okay, and then
Okay.
okay, I died here. Well, okay, at least I traded a kill. Good for me. So literally,
So like,
go ahead, sorry.
sorry, I was gonna say like, so like critically think about like each of your movements that you do like after a sequence, or like even should you be like thinking about like what your next move should be after each camp? Because I know that like when you had the fundamentals class, you said like, oh, go look at each lane in between each camp as well.
So in review, it's a little different. In review, you want to look at the big picture, but you do
Mhm.
want to look at like specifically what you're looking at, what you're thinking at. Like if again, this is like a very quick review. But what I would do if I were anyone trying to review is I would spend 5 to 10 minutes every single game. Not 5 to 10 minutes. I would look at your 5 to 10 minutes every single game in between queues and just look at like the early game mistakes you're making. So okay, I died 2 times. Why did I die 2 times? Are these deaths worth it? Are these deaths make sense? I would just dig into all of this. Okay, I have 47 CS. Is this good? Is this bad? Okay, and if I want to dig even deeper and I have a working point of, oh, I want to collect more information, I want to collect more info on my lanes, I would look through, okay, well, I just did my wolves, I just did my gromp. Like, am I looking at lanes while I'm farming my camps? And if I am, good. If I'm not, well, it's a point that I need to check. Am I holding tab enough? Am I checking these things? So pretty much, you give yourself something to work on. Let's say it's the mid game. Let's say it's the mid game. Let's say it's taking good fights. That's the thing I want to work on. Then when you're reviewing, all you look at is, okay, I fought here. Did I fight this well? I fought here. Did I fight this well? I fought here. Did I fight this well? What did I do? Did I go in and out? Did I go in and out? Did I go in and out? Did I follow these rules? If I did, awesome. If I didn't, fuck. What can I do better? So early game,
Okay.
well, okay, I died, or I skipped a camp. Why did I skip a camp? Or I did something poor. Why did I do something poor? What
Mhm.
happened there?
All right.
Cool.
And then the last question, this one's like a lot more quick in comparison. Is there going to be like another kind of like 2 hour thing like this, where you go over like vision line and like setting up before the objective? Is that something that you might cover in the future, or?
Yeah, definitely. The funny part is, I was just talking about this for a second, is all the ideas that we've gone through. They have like a tier 2, tier 3 like version of like all these things, like a more advanced, in-depth version to this. And there are things we haven't touched on, like pinging, like how to actually ping, how to think about fog of war in a more advanced way. Like okay, here's the basic things like pinging, fog of war, like you said, vision, general pathing. There's a little bit more to wave states that I did not cover. There's a lot more that like we still need to go over, right? But down the road, like yeah, we'll get to vision. A lot of people ask me like, where do I put my pink words? What do I use these words on? We'll get there. We'll get there.
All right. I just want to ask whether we would talk about it.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Cool. There's a lot of shit, guys. League is fucking crazy, man. Okay, mid mad. Let me get to Elizar's question real quick. Can you go over a quick review of ganking with the wave? Should I gank when the wave is about to reach lane, or when the wave is at a complete stop with our wave? I was practicing the concept last time. No kills, made a mistake, then made them miss a whole wave or two. Okay, ganking. So here's the best example I got for you. So the mid because okay, the mid wave is even, right? Like it's practically even except for Malphite has a little bit of prio. I ping on the way. I make it really clear I'm on the way. Okay, I'm going. Okay, so thinking about Malphite, what Malphite wants to do is he wants to last hit these minions. This one or this one. Okay, let me make sure my camera's working. Oh shit. He wants to last hit either of those minions. So I'm playing off a timing where Malphite's gonna walk up and try and kill those minions. That's the timing I'm playing off of. Okay, so when I go for this, like ideally, I want my Silas to wait for Malphite to go for these minions. That's what I'm thinking about. He doesn't. Okay, that's fine. I still make it here. I connect. But when your question is let me double check. Should I gank when the wave is about to reach lane or when the wave is about to complete stop? So normally you want to wait until the wave is at a complete stop. So again, like this is like I wouldn't want to gank when the wave is like coming in. Like right now, I don't want to gank. Right now the wave is like even. like the wave is about to hit the middle, I don't want to gank just yet. I want to gank when either laner has shown a clear indication of what they want to do with the wave. So if Malphite's like, okay, I want to push this wave in, I want to stop him from pushing the wave. If my side's like, I want to push this wave in, well then maybe their Kha'Zix from the top side is going to stop the Sylas, and then I'll be there to counter gank. So to answer your question, it's all about when the wave is being attacked, when people are actually doing things to the wave. Even patient, yeah, patience is crucial. What's up, Minbad?
Hi, Pri. I wanted to ask you, when do I actually invade? So, in early game, I don't mean in mid game or in late game, in early game, because my friend told me that invading in early game is very good, so you set the enemy jungle behind, so you'll have more XP and that shit. But I did it so 3 times, though, and both 3 times I got gang back there. So I want just like, how can I invade? So, yeah.
What rank is your friend?
Excuse me, what did you say?
I said, what rank is your friend?
I don't know, like plat, emerald.
What rank are you?
I am bronze.
Don't listen to your friend.
Okay. I
Okay.
will then.
No flame to him, but he's not good. Okay, like don't. So it's a common trap if you're really low rank for you to trust your friends and be like, okay, well he's platinum, he's good. I want to take his advice. What you should do instead is there are guides out there on your champions. You're here for this event. Like I'm sure you're trying to digest information from other coaches and other people who are skilled at the game. Listen to them. They're challenger.
Mhm.
They're very high elo. They've been through it all. Again, nothing against your friend, but platinum, not that high rank. Okay.
Thank
What
you for
when you invade or when you're not invade is my rule is don't invade. If you're a bronze player, like literally don't invade. Period. It is too
Mhm.
much stress to figure out when you can or when you can't invade. It is too complicated. You need to learn basics. You need to learn what champions do. You need to learn what ultimates do. You need to learn what all these other things do. And if you have a general understanding of this, you need to get even more understanding. You need to know how wave states look. You need to know how to play for objectives. You need to know how to farm your camps, get 8 CS, 9 CS per minute. Not invading. You get Emerald, Diamond, Platinum, Emerald, Diamond, Masters, and so on. I still don't think invading is good. Maybe when you're Grandmaster, maybe when you're Challenger. It's like a different game where invading starts becoming more relevant. Okay?
Mhm.
Especially at the lowest level, do not stress invading at all. Period.
Okay. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.
Cool. Is it? Alright. Invades are really worth, yeah, I mean, they're not worth. Alright, what's up, bro?
Hey, what's up, man? So I was wondering, would you ever skip camps if there's like stacked waves and they threaten to dive? Like maybe you don't see them going for the dive.
Are you defending a dive on your strong side or on your weak side?
So probably your strong side.
So let's say you're padding towards bot lane and the position's like this, and we don't know where the enemy jungler is. It could be anywhere. And let's say we're on a Raptors and there's a huge wave about to crash. So we can either do Raptors or go bot lane and like make it in time. It's a choice here.
Yeah.
Right. So this is a clear example. And bot lane is our quote unquote win con. Right. So we know bot lane is a place we want to play towards. So in this scenario, it truly depends on their champions, on your champions and conditions, because what can happen is they can go for the dive, you can finish this raptor, and you can go all the way around, and you can still get kills. What can happen is they can go for the dive, and because your blind is your win con, and you're still playing with them, they can 2v3 them under their turrets. Okay? Let's say your blind is your win con in your head, but they're like 0 and 3. Then maybe that means instead of defending bot dive, after you do your raptors, you should go into his top side, you should play towards your top lane and change the win con. So generally speaking,
Okay, so just play through myself then if I don't see them carrying the game anymore.
yeah. Well, it's like, okay, like unless it's such a free like counter gank, and you know it's like this Jarvan, for example, this enemy jungler is like been ganking all the time. It's really clear he might be here. The way they're playing is really clear he's gonna be here, and you can just 100% know he's coming. Then sure, expend your time to go defend. But if you don't know, you have no information. Most of the time, it's not worth it. I would literally just let them die and go like get a kill top lane. Go get top side camps.
Yeah. Would you say that's different for competitive?
Yeah, competitive is a whole different world.
Okay.
Because competitive
Then
dives,
okay.
because competitive guys are so much more projected and obvious and clear, it's essential for you to like not let that happen. And in a competitive game, when if you have a teammate who's like 0-2 or 0-1 loses 2-3 waves, like they're in a game position that's really really poor, really really bad, especially if it's your bot lane.
Yeah.
Top lane, same thing. Like if you can, if they're like, hey guys, hey man, they're about a 3 wave stack into my jungle or in my lane, and their mid lane has prio as well, and they're also stacking, and it's like fuck, like I'm gonna get 3-man dove top lane. Is there anything you can do as a jungler to help me? And it's like, yeah, I can. You should be there. You should help them.
Okay. So would you say generally it's not that good to play farming junglers in competitive then, since you need to like be ready?
If your teammates are constantly getting dove, that's a bigger problem than whether or not you're playing a farming jungler or a like tanky like supportive jungler. I would say the general rule in competitive though. I mean, what level competitive is this? Are we playing in fucking Emerald, Masters, Challenger? Like, what are we playing in?
Yeah, like masters.
Yeah, so anything below Challenger, in my opinion, is like anything fucking goes. Literally anything.
Okay.
I can play fucking Teemo jungle and I can have a good time. So what you should do is instead of thinking about it as like a big picture, work on yourself, get from Masters to Challenger, fuck your team. If that means you like farming junglers, play farming junglers. It's the worst thing you can do to worry about helping your teammates out. Who gives a fuck? Look good for yourself. Get Challenger for yourself. If you want to fucking have a better like chance of winning games, period, you get good. Your teammates will follow suit.
All right, sounds good. Another quick question: would you categorize Skarner as a farming jungler on like how he's right now, or do you think you should just like spam ganks early?
I would. Honestly, I don't know. Like I haven't played against enough Skarner, but from what I can interpret is like Skarner is like a champion similar to like Udyr or Maokai in a way, like kind of like it's like you can farm, you can gank on all these champions. Udyr's a little bit shittier, but even Poppy example, like you can farm as well, Sejuani. It just depends on the map. If there's really good gank opportunities, go for them. If it's like guaranteed to project, if it's you like three camp into 3 wave dive, like and it's really clear, really easy for you to do, really easy execution, then like yeah, you drop your camps and you go do it. But generally speaking, like competitive solo queue or not, unless I'm playing at the very very high level, I strongly believe just keeping it simple and farming is just fucking easier.
Okay, thank you so much, man.
Yep. Also, just a side note for competitive, because since I know a lot of people are trying to get better at competitive and they're trying to like, I have like, I climbed from one trick to be good at competitive. Essentially, I'm thinking of posting like a bootcamp across maybe coming up next month for purely just competitive ideas. How to talk as a jungler, how to communicate as a jungler, how to make yourself climb from, let's say, your emerald. You want to get into like a really high tier of competitive. All the steps you need to take to be a good jungler, to climb as a jungler, and to make sure you're carrying your team, whether that's flex, clash, or just an amateur scene competitive. Competitive is different from solo queue, but people have such poor narratives on what that means. Okay, just to give a quick rundown. Competitive, any tier below, like if you're not playing in Grandmaster or Challenger competitive, literally anything goes. Literally anything goes. It's a little bit different, yeah, but people believe it's like, oh my god, it's a different game. Oh my god, and of course it's gonna feel different because you have comms, but at its core level, play the same game. Okay, and there's more ideas like this that the whole community, like the whole community is like, you're playing Lee Sin, you have to gank. You're playing Poppy, you needed a gank. It's like no, the community has really poor narratives on what's right or wrong as a jungler or as a player, what you need to be doing to improve. So it's a whole other thing, but look forward for that in the future. Um, yeah. Any advice on or tips for Udyr jungle? Get 10 CS per minute, man. As an Elise main, even Elise should be mostly full clearing right now and playing the normal. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like no matter what jungler you're playing, it's like that's just the way the game has developed. Like at some point in the past, ganking was like really fucking broken, and like it is true that you should be ganking a lot. You should be like being a lot like hella proactive. But like at some point, like they nerfed lane XP, how much XP you get from kills, comeback XP, all this shit got nerfed, and farming camps is just better now. Yeah, get 10 CS per minute. If you can't get 10 CS per minute, at least 9 CS per minute on Udyr jungle, well, work on it. That's all I can say. You want tips or advice? That's your tip or advice, man. Ares is back. Alright, and then we have T1 Leo. Take a look at T1. Yeah, what's up?
So I have another competitive question, I
Alright,
guess.
sure.
I've been one tricking recently, like this past split, and to like just climb and improve, and I went from gold to emerald, and it's been going pretty well. Now the thing is that in competitive, I'm not just getting my one trick banned, but I'm also getting the two of the other champions I'm playing in norms banned. I'm getting 3 banned in the first rotation. Are there champions similar to Viego that you'd recommend that like if Viego's banned I could play? This isn't something that I'd like go and play in solo queue, but just something similar, I guess, like thematically, if that makes any sense.
Unfortunately, Viego's just like too weird of a champion. Like, there's nothing. Play what you want. I mean, Jarvan I found was somewhat similar to Viego, but
Mhm.
just play what you want, man. You want to play Ivern, you want to play Maokai, you want to play Bel'Veth, you want to play fucking Udyr or whatever. I mean, like my champion pool at some point was Wukong, Viego, Jarvan, and I think all those have like similar potential, and especially now with EXP buff on Wukong, I think Wukong and Jarvan are like really like basic solid champions that are similar to Viego in terms of fighting style.
Okay.
But otherwise, like, dude, like all these champions are just too different. Like, unfortunately, that's how it is.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah. All right. Anything? Okay. Okay. Cool. Let's gonna say anything else. All right. T1 Leo, you've been invited. Yo.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep. Can hear you.
Uh, Last time I talked to you about Nocturne, but now I'm playing AP Shaco because of the new item. I'm really enjoying it. But my problem is like when I full clear, like it's really fast. It's like 313. But enemy ganks and then I don't know what to do. Like my laners just get tilted every time.
Yo, Cubby, thank you for the raid. Appreciate it, bro. Hope you had a good stream. So Shaco jungle and okay, well, your laner's getting ganked. So let's say you're playing Shaco. Let's say you're playing Evelyn. Let's say you're playing Elise. If your laners get ganked, like it doesn't change what champion you're playing, right? So I feel like that question is not relevant with Shaco. Right? Your problem you're experiencing, correct me if I'm wrong, is okay. You're farming, full clearing, and your laners are getting ganked, and they're getting tilted from that.
Yes.
Okay, so that you can be farming on Udyr, you can be farming on Hecarim, on Diana, and that'll still happen, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay, so that's on you to mentally accept that every single game, every single one of your stupid teammates will be an idiot, have shit mental, want to run you down. As a jungler, you need to come to terms that that is literally in your job description. If we were to just describe jungle, it's like babysit 4 teammates, become the parents, accept that your teammates are stupid, take all the blame, and a key one is they will get mad, they will run the game down, get triggered at you, whatever it is. That's part of being a jungler. Okay, there's a video I have on this. It's called Feels Bad Syndrome. I'll pull it up in a second here. You can watch this video. It talks sort of about what you're addressing here in a general way. I'll send it in the Twitch chat and the Discord. So you can take a look at Feels Bad Syndrome. But pretty much, if your teammates are getting tilted, and you're getting affected by that, why are you getting affected by that?
Because I just feel like in the late game I don't have potential. Like 4v5, I cannot win a team fight. I just feel like that, even with my boxes,
Okay, why is it 4v5?
because my laner is tilted and he's just pushing top lane.
Okay, so do you need to fight 45 on this objective? Can you like work around your top laner? Can you like find a different play to make? Can you give the objective? Can you trade something else?
I think I can, but I never thought about that. Like I just feel like it's an objective and we have to fight for it. Like
Yeah.
for example, it's a dragon, so we just fight for it. I get prio with my boxes, but then it's like 4v5 and we lose.
So if you're down numbers and you can't fight, but your top laner is like pushing, they're actually gonna win a top tier. Right? If they're up here and there are 5 people down here and you just concede this dragon, you're gonna win 800 gold right here. That's a dub.
True.
That's them getting back in the game. So you can also take 300 gold up here, 3 camps, or go forward and get this turret as well. 500 gold right here. Even better. So don't look at this linearly. I showed a game earlier where my Katarina was 0 and 8. 0 and 8, not a joke. Okay? That guy was serious issues. He just died and died and died and died some more. And you can still make good choices. The guy didn't even get ganked. He just got solo killed. Straight up. Just got killed over and over and over again. Okay? And it's literally just on you to try and make the best decisions you possibly can to handle your teammates' inting. Let me find the game. Right here. Right? Like, if I look at the stab screen right here, 0 and 7 right now. 0, 7 and 1. So if I can win this game, you can too, man. Right? Like, I get it. It's frustrating, and I get it. Like, teammates inting is never going to be a good feeling. But if you can overcome it, you can climb. And the way I deal with it is I tell myself every single one of my teammates are... I come into every game expecting nothing good from them. I only expect that they're going to int me. That's it.
Uh,
then-
mm,
So if they
it
int,
means a lot. Thank you.
they int. All right. Cool.
Just one last question. In your Patreon coaching videos, there was a note that one should always invade after your first item, right?
Yeah.
So I don't invade early game. I wait for my first item. Is it like still the correct play in Emerald or Diamond, or should I invade early if the enemy jungler is ganking top side or bot side, anywhere else?
So the number one priority is objectives. So if you've gotten Dragon and Grubs, and then there's a timer where he's ganking, and then you can play for like a topside invade, you can do that as long as the objectives are gone. Otherwise, the rule still applies. Don't worry about invading until you get first item.
Okay, thank you so much.
Cool. All right. Do we have any other questions? We have someone. Let's take a look.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep. What's up?
So, I have a question regarding playing, farming junglers in general.
Okay.
Because, for example, I've recently started playing Lilia a lot,
Okay.
because I used to be a Kayn one trick, but I felt that the champ was really weak compared to these skirmisher champs, and it's like it's just so what I'm trying to get at is it feels very depressing playing assassin champs and champs like not Diana, but Kayn as a farming jungler compared to like Diana as a farming jungler and Lilia as a farming jungler, because it feels like you have way more impact and agency over the game compared to playing Kayn. So I was just wondering if that's an issue, let's say with the champ, or if it's actually just a playstyle issue, or me playing the champ wrong, in that sense.
Yeah, so with the moment you brought up, like, okay, I want to play Lilia instead of Kayn because I think Kayn is weak, I think that's a narrative you've built on Kayn. Maybe you had a loss streak. Maybe you had a few bad games where you couldn't carry. Maybe something bad happened, you got invaded. Okay, you've built this narrative because of bad things that happened, which makes sense. Okay, give you context. I was hard stuck top 10. Okay, I couldn't, or I had to like top 20. I couldn't go past like 15, rank 15. I just kept losing games. I was winning and then I kept losing. And I thought it was because, yeah, man, it's my champion pool. I stopped playing Viego, I stopped playing Jarvan, and I dropped to rank 50. I lost like 4 games in a row,
Yeah.
5 games in a row, because I tried Lilia, I tried Lee Sin, I tried Ivern, I tried like Wukong or something. I tried a bunch of different champions, and then eventually I woke up. I'm like, okay, it's not the champion at all. If a Gurren can get rank 1 on Jarvan, okay, and if these other really high elo players can do really well on Viego as well, and I know I'm the best Viego, it's not the champion, it's me. Something I'm doing is wrong. So the moment I accepted that I am not going to back down on my champion and give up Viego or Jarvan and just play them, is the moment I was able to climb to rank 2 and be confident. So it seems like you're having doubts whether Lily is the right champ, whether Kane's the right champ, what's going on here. Trust your champion and trust your decision on whether it's Lily or Kane. So personally, I think Kane's one of the most broken champions in the game. It's how I one-tricked and I got challenger the first time. Kane is beyond fucking broken. Okay, to this day, he's beyond fucking broken. I pick him up one game and it's like, holy fuck, this champion is irrational. It's insane. And if Charisma can
Yeah.
consistently get Challenger multiple counts, right? There's other K1 tricks that can consistently do this, right? It's not the champion, it's you. You're doing something wrong.
Okay. Well, that's. I mean, I watched your jungle fundamental video on and how you talked about you should one trick a champ or like two trick, play no more
Yeah.
than two champs. And like you're saying right now, when you were struggling to get beyond rank 15,
Uh-huh.
it's kind of the same problem right now of me just playing a new champ almost every time something goes wrong, and
Right.
because I'm frustrated with the champion. So it makes a lot of sense. So thank you for answering.
Yeah. And just so you know, it's very normal. It's very normal to do that. And obviously, like I said,
Oh, okay.
my story, I've done it too. Um, at every point of my climb, when I was like away from like one game I went from Challenger, like the second season in, or I was like really close to anything. It's like and I start losing or something bad happens, something hits the fan. It's like man, like you want to blame everything else except for maybe the fact that you're just playing like shit, or maybe you're just having a bad day, or maybe your teammates into you. You want to blame everything else you can. It's very normal. But definitely
Okay.
understanding that hey, you're only hurting yourself by doubting your champion, by doubting what you're doing. Trust your champion. Trust what you got going.
Okay. That's it. Thank you.
Awesome. All right, I'll answer a few more questions. Like we have like 2 or 3 more questions that I'll answer, and then I'm gonna wrap things up. Let's see, got Aries here.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, how do things like large system updates kind of affect the way that like we should be thinking about the game? So like, for
I like this question.
example, the entire marksman class got like completely changed last patch, right? Should that be affecting the way that we think about pathing bot or pathing top? Or like should those or like how much power a certain champion has? Should we be concerned about like system changes? Not like small buffs or like 5 AD here and there, but like actual system changes?
All right, give me a second. I'll answer the question in 1 second. What happened? Okay. So to answer your question, every time a change like this happens, it's actually not that. At least I look at it as not big of a deal. So the only time for jungle when the only time ever that I've like experienced like okay, there's a drastic change, um, was when they introduced Soul, when they introduced Herald, when they introduced Grubs, and they changed terrain and they changed jungle pets and shit like that. So if like there's a direct like in even any of these changes and all these changes, like the game still fundamentally plays the same. The tempo rules apply, item rules apply, fight when the not fight applies. Like at its core level, every single one of these changes since like season 10 like actually hasn't really done too much. um Whether a buff or a nerf, like it can change like slightly. Like now it's even better to farm and you should never really spam gank because of how much more exp camps give. So
Right.
there's like some slight changes, but at its core, like this is the basics of League to properly farm, get items and play for objectives, and everything else comes after. So whether that's dropping camps so you can make good plays, dropping camps so you can invade, dropping camps so you can um, do whatever you want on the map. That comes after you understand the basics. And so, okay, let's say like this new camp comes up in the game. They add like a 7th camp, or they add something completely different, like a new scuttle crab, a new variation. It's still the same basics until they completely tear the jungle down and they tear everything else down. It's the same game.
Yeah, so like things like the XP change to the jungle, it isn't something that we should really be thinking about. It's just like something we should be happy with and go, like just play the same way we were before.
Yeah. So even if it was a jungle nerf, like I would literally have the same attitude. Everything's the same.
Okay.
Actually, actually every single like patch, like since season 10 again, like it's literally been the same thing for me. It's like nothing has changed. Nothing really is like that big of a difference.
So like I shouldn't even be bothering reading patch notes at all, basically, unless it like
I mean,
pertains to my item builds.
yeah, like unironically, yeah. Like I only now recently started reading patch notes because like when I'm going pro, like it's relevant to stay up to the meta, but also because
Yeah.
it's relevant to make content and like know what I'm talking about as a coach. But when you're actually playing the game, like that shit is like so relevant. Like that is like I did not care about. I didn't even know like patch notes happen every 2 weeks when I first hit Challenger. Like,
Okay, fair enough. That's my last question. I swear. I know. I keep popping in here.
no, you're good. You're good. All right. Alistair, any last question? I know someone in the Twitch chat saying I have 2 questions. You can join the Discord real quick and ask them. I'm gonna answer one more person. Um, and then again we'll wrap things up. All right.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yep. What's up?
Yeah, so it's me in Twitch you just asked. So basically I was thinking I've seen one of your videos in the past. I think this was before Grubs existed, and you mentioned that generally speaking as jungle you want a path towards prio.
Right.
Does that change with this new objective because you can be on the opposite side of the map sometimes, depending on because sometimes you want to do dragon, for example, but
Yeah.
you're pathing top lane.
Yeah. So pathing to prio is actually I kind of I adjusted that rule because um it can get a little confusing. Pathing to prio is actually like looking back, it's something I should be teaching to very high elo players and players who play competitive. Essentially, it's a really good and applicable rule in competitive play. It's very important in competitive play, but in solo queue, I reframe this to 95% of the time path bot. Um, yeah.
Okay. And then one other thing I had is I'm like Emerald for Plat 1 player, Graves, Kane, 2 trick.
Okay.
I find games on Graves when I invade, I feel like they either snowball out of control and I just win the game for free, or they get sort of messier. And I find like even though my Graves is better than my Kane, I feel like full clearing and just playing that kind of game on Kane is way more consistent. So would you recommend maybe trying to, I guess, focus on farming more as Graves or sort of keeping the game more simple? Because doing things like splitting the map bottom and like getting your reinvade timers down and all that kind of stuff, I feel like maybe I'm making it harder on myself for where I'm at.
Yeah. You pretty much answered your own question. You are making it hard on yourself, and even on champion like Graves, where it's like you feel like you should be fighting, you feel like you should be invading, you can farm. There's no problem with that. Now, are you gonna be like less strong than a Hecarim or a Kayn or a Lilia? Yeah, but if you're a good Graves player and you play fights well later on, you'll still make it work. One piece of advice I give to Graves mains or champions who like invading like Rengar as well is get your serrated Dirk, or maybe don't buy that in Graves anymore. Get your first recall, and then when you come off base, invade all you want. And that way you're strong for your invade and you can actually fight. So I think it is still important for champions like Graves and Rengar to apply some pressure on the map. But maybe you can play for level 6 first and then do it, or maybe you can get your item first, like I said, and then do it.
Because I like to do it, but when my teammates like don't rotate or like the enemy mid just sacks 3 waves because like they don't know that they shouldn't move and that kind of thing, the game just gets like crazy. Like, oh gosh, it just full cleared.
Yeah, I mean that's also on you to decide. Well, if you're invading and you see their mid laner moving, or you don't, like, well, are you paying attention to the map? Like, there's only 2 lanes you need to pay attention to while you invade. So if I'm invading bots
Yeah.
out here, and it's like, okay, like their mid laner's crashing a wave, but technically he can move, and you're not watching him move or not, well, that's an improvement on what you can do for the next invade. Same thing for bot lane.
True.
No one has to stay on catch waves. No one has to follow these simple rules. No one has to do anything in League of Legends. That's why League of Legends is so like weird and unique like this. So don't assume that just because there's 3 waves this guy needs to catch, he'll catch it. Like, he can do whatever he wants.
Thanks.
All right. Okay, so I'm going to call it here, guys. I'm gonna get my cam fixed for a sec here. We're gonna call it here. If you guys are if you guys have any future questions, make sure to write it down or think about it. We'll be doing another event like this next week. If you guys are interested in coaching or Patreon, it's really easy now. There's a Calendly, and the website should be actually coming up real soon. I need to do a meeting after this. So yeah, Patreon is a really good avenue as well to get some really more detailed information on what it takes to climb. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Just show you guys the recap page right here. We talked a lot about fighting and what it takes. We answered questions, and then again, I'm still challenging you guys. Go 5 games in a row with 2 or less deaths each game. I think it's really important for you guys to be able to do this. When I asked Viper for advice on what I should do to get rank 1, his advice was make sure you go like every single game have 3 or less deaths. And like that really stuck out to me because if Viper's actively thinking about this thing, or it's like not a joke, like Viper, he's been rank 1 multiple times. He's a really fucking good top laner. He's a really good player. Like he knows what it takes to get there. Okay, dying less is really crucial. So in any elo down below to any elo period, if you die less, it's gonna be crucial for you. It's gonna be really important. But all right, hope you guys enjoyed this segment on fighting and some mid game stuff, and also always the questions. But anyway, I'll see you guys around. Peace, peace.